Hello there, Lynx here. It is time to wake up and play more of Crystalline, and in the meantime, while we are at it, or more like when we are done with the video, if you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. First of all, it's free. Second of all, we are on a slow march to 2000 subscribers, so getting there would be much appreciated. Please be part of it. Now, the game. The next morning, we wake up early like usual. Not in real life. After getting ready and packing my things, I meet the rest of the team downstairs. Amelia's parents wait for us by the door as we finish gathering our things. Her mother's lips trembles as she watches us pack.
Are you sure you need to leave so soon?
Leanna smiles softly.
I wish we could stay longer, but we must be going. Thank you very much for your hospitality.
Of course. You're all welcome here at any time.
Yay! Amelia's mom hands us parcels.
I packed all of you some food for your journey.
Oh, we couldn't possibly.
I mean, she already prepared it, so not like they will be able to manage probably enough food for... Wait, how many people are there in our group? 1, 2, 3, 4, for 5 people, right? And there are only 2 of them. I mean, technically, if you didn't cook anything else for the entire day, for the entire 3 days, maybe longer, it would be alright. Anyway, we have to take it. She taps and forces the parcels into our hands.
I won't take no for an answer.
Amelia packs hers without protest, and the rest of us follow suit. We turn to her family one last time before leaving.
Thank you again.
It's been a lot of fun. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, it was nice to meet ya.
Thanks.
Farewell, Mother. Father.
Farewell. Her mother squeezes each of us in one big hug. When she hugs Leanna, she pauses.
Please take care of our daughter.
I will.
After one final goodbye, we leave their house and make our way back towards the town. We pass the inn and other shops, but we don't make any stops. Eventually, we pass through the town gates. We continue down the familiar dirt path, surrounded by greenery. Most of our journey is uneventful. I've become more accustomed to the walking and the silences, but I still wish the journeys to our destination weren't so long. It can get pretty boring. Would be nice to have radio or No, not really. Like a music player, yes. Radios suck. At least over here. So if you were to tell me, listen to the radio, and we would be traveling through Poland, I'd be like, no thanks. It's garbage. Pretty much it is, right? Because unfortunately they are forced to play Polish music, and Polish music sucks! Ah! Just as I think that something darts in front of me. You! Catch it! Ignore it! I have no clue what it dashed for? What was that? Game, why would you not tell me what was that? Was it a rabbit? Perhaps? Or maybe not. I don't know. Whatever. Let's try to catch it. Whoa! I lunge for whatever it is, and my hands brush against its fur as I reach for its tail. It evades my grasp and hops into a bush. The Pango waddles over to the bush and watches it curiously. So, what was it? The bush remains still. The Pango cocks its head to the side. Then he sticks his head into the bush. He immediately retreats as a claw swipes at him. Oh, so it was not a rabbit. Fox? He rushes back to me and hides behind my leg. He huffs. I mean, you did just go and bother it. The Pango pouts, looking betrayed. Sorry, Pango. You know, I've always got your back. He perks up. So, what was the thing?
It's a Sabali.
Huh? Leanna seems more excited than usual to see an animal. What's that?
Basically an overgrown rodent.
Oh.
Untrue. Sabali are not part of the rodent family.
They're way cuter than rodents.
Yeah, I didn't get a very good look at the thing when it raced by. But what is it? Because from what I saw, it looked kind of like a baby bear with long claws and a very long tail.
That's a pretty accurate description, actually.
What?
They're very rare. Since you saw one, you're going to have good luck.
I feel like it's actually it works the other way around. The things that were supposed to give you luck give you bad luck. Anyway, Zach looks unimpressed.
I don't see how lucky it can be if it almost tripped him up.
Well, they tend to hide from people. If one lets you spot it, then that must mean you're special.
Such superstitions originated back when primitive societies were learning to recognize dangerous species from harmless ones. Because the Sabali feed on insects and small rodents many would deem to be pests, they are recognized as a harmless and even helpful animal. As such, many humans wish to domesticate them as pets.
Uh-huh.
But the Sabali are timid creatures and shy away from most other animals, especially ones which are considered threatening.
Got it. And humans are, of course.
Thus, the Sabali were regarded as lucky due to the difficult nature of witnessing one.
I mean, let's face it, humans are the most dangerous animals.
In reality, there is
Kind
no
of.
luck involved.
I mean, without guns and any kind of weapon, they aren't, but otherwise, yes, they are. I see. Kara pouts playfully at Amelia.
Aw, come on, Amy. Let them keep their superstitions.
Amelia's eyes widen.
Amy,
Sure, that's your name, right? It's what your parents called you.
It is, but
Got you. Amelia pauses, then seems to regain her composure.
my name is Amelia.
does calling you Amy bother you?
Amelia seems uncertain.
I did not mean to imply that it is a bother. It is merely a surprise.
Aw, well, don't worry, Amy. It's a cute name.
Amelia fidgets as Leanna calls her Amy. She tries to speak, but for once seems flustered.
Well, it seems that
Let's leave Amy alone and move on.
We stare at Zach.
What?
You called her Amy.
It's shorter than 3 syllables. Why wouldn't I call her that if she's okay with it?
Amelia sighs.
well, if that is what you prefer, then I suppose you may call me as such.
I don't know if I would like, to be honest. Like, Amelia sounds nice. It's a nice name. Kara grins and pats Amelia on the head.
I knew you'd come around.
Amelia at first blinks in confusion. As Kara continues to headbutt her, she doesn't really seem to know what to do with herself. Eventually just lets it happen. Although Amelia tries to act cool, the touch of pink in her cheeks gives away her true thoughts. I think she likes the nickname? Amy is a cute name. I guess her name is Amy now. No, it's nickname. The name is Amelia. Let's go with first one, whatever. I like the Amy, I think it's suits you.
That is fortunate, as I believe that is how the group will refer to me from now on.
Meh.
Anyway, let's get going.
It might be true. We resume our journey. For the next 3 days, We travel on foot during the day and make camp at night. Leanna continues my casting trainings, but I've made no progress. I began to feel discouraged, and although she tries hard to hide it, I can sense the frustration Leanna feels. Why am I having such a difficult time casting? There must be something I'm missing. I don't know, maybe the fact that you are not from this world. Since Leanna won't give up on my trainings, I resolve to push past my disappointment and continue to focus myself. We have to break through our limits. On the 4th day, we traveled the entire day and set up a camp in the evening, as the previous 3 days, as we mentioned. As we've done in all of our past training, Zach, Kara, and Amelia take care of the setup, and while Leanna and I find an open area to train. I still dread whenever it's time to train, as I haven't shown any progress. It's starting to feel like a useless chore at this point. No, it's not. No. No.
Ready?
I reluctantly nod.
Alright, just like we've practiced, focus on channeling through the manipulator.
As I've done so many times before. I try to do exactly what Leanna says, just like all of my previous attempts. It doesn't work.
You've got this. You just have to focus.
Right, it's the toughest part. I'm focusing. I strain with all of my might, simultaneously trying to figure out what exactly I'm supposed to be focusing on, and wondering if this is all actually bogus anyway. Leanna watches me intently, waiting for the spark of magic which doesn't appear. I let go and breathe out in frustration.
Try again.
Have we considered the possibility that only human from Terra can cast? Leanna's voice is firm.
Just try again.
With a heavy sigh, I bring up my hand again and try again. As is expected, nothing happens. Maybe you need, like, to be in some sort of dangerous situation. Maybe not. Let's not suggest that, but still. This is completely pointless. I lower my hand. This duty is so easy to give up. It's only been 3 days. Maybe I'm just not meant to cast. Suddenly a strong gust of wind pushes me off my feet and knocks me to the ground. Ah, I'm dead. Leanna glares at me, a fierce look on her face.
Get up.
I can't. I cough as I catch my breath and push myself to my feet. What the hell? Leanna raises her arm again.
Deflect this.
Deflect what? What? Did she just listen to my suggestion? How about Dragon Ball Z? Piccolo! Dodge! I dive out of the way as Leanna casts another gust of wind. That was close!
Don't dodge. Deflect.
No thanks. I balk at the sternness in her tone. Her entire demeanor has changed from a calm and patient teacher to a dangerous Mage-Knight. What's gotten into you? She ignores me and aims another shot of magic. This time I jump out of the way, but she's relentless. She lines up another shot. I don't know what you mean by deflect! Leanna sends another gust after me, which I only narrowly dodge before I can get my bearings. Another shot of magic comes at me. And then another. Let's just get hit. Whatever. Would you just... And another! Hold on! And another! My breathing is short and anger warms my blood. She's shooting off wind blasts so quickly I don't have time to think or move. Her attacks are relentless and keep knocking me down. Another gust of wind soars towards me. Leanna! Stop! I take the blast. And although just as powerful as the others, this time I maintain my footing.
That's not deflecting.
I don't care! She frowns in concentration as she ramps up another attack, then she lets loose another gust of wind. I try to block it with my arms, but this blast is stronger than the last and it hurls me into the air. I crash painfully on the ground, but force down the pain and get back into my feet. My breathing is racked and my body is sore. She's already trying another attack. I know what's got in her, but I can't keep taking these hits. As she lets another attack, the anger bubbles inside me and it boils over. I throw out my hand and feel the anger shoot down my arm and out of my glowing voltage in a gust of wind which knocks that blast away. Leanna gasps and drops her attacks.
You did it!
No, I didn't! I start my arm, too bewildered to even comprehend what is happening. Suddenly Leanna is laughing loudly. As things calm down, I notice the rest of the group is already here. They must have heard the commotion.
He cast it?
Have you seen that? She's trying to kill me! She's dangerous! Leanna grins broadly.
He did! He finally cast!
No, I didn't.
That's amazing!
No, I didn't! Stop lying! That wind magic. It came from... Why wind? It doesn't make any sense. The realization slowly dawns on me. We inherited fire. How do we have wind? I casted that. My eyes grow wide and I split into a huge grin. Yes, I can't believe I did it. Yeah, I can't believe you casted wind. Why wind? You inherited fire. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Unless it's because of the manipulator. Is it because we have a wind manipulator? Still doesn't make any sense that it would work. We inherited fire from the elemental. What the hell? Bullshit. I call bullshit. Leanna's grinning from ear to ear. Even Zack cracks a small smile and nods. Amelia watches us curiously.
I assume you used the technique which we had previously discussed.
Huh? Wait, what? Leanna looks sheepish and refuses to make eye contact. What technique? The high from my casting begins to wear off, and I remember the mix of anger and confusion I felt from the attacks. You mean you guys thought it would be a good idea to randomly just start attacking me? Leanna shakes her head, looking a mixture of worried and guilty. Amelia calmly responds.
Indeed.
I didn't expect her to so bluntly agree. Actually, I did. Why?
You were making no progress on your training, and I believed a new strategy was necessary. One such method is to utilize the ingrained need for survival. When placed in high stress, dangerous situations, the human body will use all its resources to ensure survival. By putting you in such a situation, your response to protect yourself enabled you to tap into the manipulator and channel energy.
Now let's do it without the manipulator. I consider what Amelia said. Everything happens fast, but once I realized there was no way to talk my way out of Leanna's attacks, I knew there was only one way out. To give up. There was the other way.
I'm really sorry. Amelia felt this was the best way for you to learn since you didn't seem to be getting it my way.
Can we pound? Can we pout and walk away? She trails off.
I hope I wasn't too hard on you.
It's okay, again. Please be gentle next time. It was effective. Where is the walk away option? I want to walk away. I want to walk away. Let's get back to our world. On our own. Boom. Well, not ideal, I can understand why she did what she did, and I won't blame her for it. Yes, I will. After all, it did work. It's okay. I understand. You're just trying to help me. Leanna nods.
Thanks for understanding. I'm really glad it worked. I would have felt even worse if it didn't.
Now, if you could call for some kind of medic or whatever, that would be appreciated. So, what else? Should I try it again?
Are you feeling up to it? If you need to take a break, we can do that.
And he will be failing again. I think I should be okay. As the words leave my mouth, my arm stinks and I feel a wet spot on my elbow. When I look down, I notice blood on my shirt. Yikes, I told you to call a freaking medic. Leanna gasps.
You're bleeding.
Yeah, that's not really unusual. Anyone else would be not affected by that at all. I don't know, you would need to get me like a cut that would show the bone probably for me to react. Yeah, they've had some deep cuts, but not that deep, but it would show the, of course, the bone or whatever, but it would not cause anything on me, really. Anyway, I twist my arm trying to see the damage. You don't say. And also, I mean, as a kid, I played so many times on asphalt. I fell so many times on asphalt. That's really, it's like, well, it's fine. Let's continue. Maybe we can tap into blood magic. That would be cool.
Hold on, I brought bandages.
You knew it would happen. It's really no big deal. It's true, just get some water on it and we are good to go. She races back to camp and grabs a roll of ghosts from her pack. When she returns, she kneels beside me and reaches for my arm. I move my arm out of her grasp. I'm okay, really. This was just a scratch. This is on the level of bleeding, I can tell it's a bit more than a scratch. So can Leanna. She shakes her head.
It's my fault you got hurt.
Without taking no for an answer, she grabs my arm and takes a look. This time I don't bother resisting. Gently she dabs at the blood with a damp cloth. I try not to wince from the sting. Is that so? I never do it like that. I just literally pour water over it. Not directly, but just to clean the thing up. And that's it.
I'm sorry.
But whatever.
I'll try to be gentle.
If it still bleeds, of course, plaster or whatever, but... You're fine, it's fine, you're fine, I'm fine. Her hands are warm and delicate, and for a moment I forget what she's doing and can only feel her touch. Her gentle fingers deftly wrap the gauze around my arm. After she secures it, she lets her hands fall back in her lap. I feel a split second of disappointment as I let my own arm fall beside me.
There, good as new.
You didn't have to do that. Kiss it better, please. Thanks. Ooh. I mean, you know, in my world, if something like this happens, it heals better. Should we do it? Should we? You know what? She attacked us. Let's counter-attack this way. Not quite as good as in you, huh? Leanna looks at me questioningly.
Is something wrong?
What's with the music? You forgot to kiss it better.
What?
Leanna's eyes grow wide. Like where I come from, when someone gets hurt, you kiss the sore spot to help it get better faster.
This is something that everyone does?
Yeah? Yep. Leanna shifts uncomfortably.
I don't know. That's not something we do here.
I pout. First you injure me, and then you make fun of my culture. Huh!
No, that's not my intention at all.
It's like you don't want me to get better. She bites her lip.
Okay, if it's something that you guys really do, then I suppose I can do it for you too.
I mean, it is true, kind of, for little kids, right? You tell them that, but... I hold out my elbow. Leanna's face turns bright red. She hesitates and looks around quickly to make sure no one is watching, then leaves a small peck on my elbow.
There.
I grin. I'm feeling better already! Her face is still crimson as she nods. I get to my feet and we return to camp. After we've all had a chance to eat and relax, we get ready for bed. We are not casting anymore? Why not? I want to cast some more. Come on! For once, as soon as I lay down my head, exhaustion never takes me and I fall right to sleep. I guess you did use up magic for once. So, yeah, I guess that would happen. Of course, I'm guessing. I don't know in reality. Wake up the next morning and continue our travels. After my last burst of magic, I've tried to replicate that feeling of casting. Although I'm finally seeing some improvement, I still can't cast as well as I hope. The result of my casting is just a weak 10 reel of magic, but at least it's something. Leanna's spirits have been lifted too, and she continues my training with renewed enthusiasm. A couple of days pass before the trees become denser as we reach the woods. Oh. We must be on the right track. Oh boy. Is it another crazy wood or not? At first the walk is easy as the trees line a well-worn path, but the deeper into the forest we traverse, the more careful we become of our step as the wild undergrowth tangles our legs. The Pango wobbles unsteadily over the roots and debris on the ground, then hops onto my shoulder. I mean, I don't mind. The canopy overhead thickens, blocking out much of the sunlight. Leanna glances uneasily around her. Noticing Leanna, Zack glances around too and becomes grave. Grave? Oh. Why?
I think we stumbled into the Forest of Grieving.
Into a what? Leanna pokes.
Grieving?
The Pango looks concerned.
Boy, boy?
Boy, boy, boy. Zack nods. Kara looks curiously at Zack, then watches Leanna gaze suspiciously around her. She seems to put 2 and 2 together and grins mischievously.
Isn't that the one with all the trapped souls?
They are freaking around, aren't they? Leanna's eyes widen and her voice trembles.
Trapped souls?
Is every forest in this place haunted? Go along, he's teasing. Spook her. I feel like... what should we do? Should we go and play along as well? Are we going to play the good guy? You know what? I would so go with the play of the two if there was an option of romancing Kara, right? I would play along with them. The problem is there is no such option! Dude, I want Kara. Anyway, let's... I mean, I know they are playing around, you can tell. Don't listen to them, they're just teasing you. Leanna blinks.
What?
No, this is real. I mean, Kara, you've heard of it, right?
Kara nods.
Yep, the souls get trapped because...
Leanna puts her hands over her ears.
La 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 la! I don't want to hear this!
Amelia puts her hands on her hips.
Evidently, Zack, you were misinformed as there is no such place as the Forest of Grieving.
Of course she would be around to do that.
No, there definitely is a Forest of Grieving. Right, Kara?
Absolutely.
If that is true, it is certainly not here.
Leanna pouts, her face bright red.
You guys are the worst!
She rushes closer to Amelia and pointedly ignores Zack and Kara, who pretend to hide their amusement. The Pango shoots the two of them dirty looks.
Poi poi! That's right, Pongo.
I was on your side! Nothing? No? Really? Do I not exist? She scoops him into her arms and hugs him into her chest. The Pango doesn't protest. We continue to walk in silence. As we venture further within the forest, the air feels thick and heavy. The canopy thins out, but the trees themselves have knotted and thick bark, making them seem very old. They brighten with an ethereal blue-green luminescence. What? Okay, does anyone else feel that? The Pango squirms in Leanna's grasp and hops out before exploring the forest.
This place is loaded with magical energy.
Is that why it's glowing?
The natural formation of crystals is what gives it its coloration.
I take my time admiring the natural beauty of the place. It feels like a scene from a fairy tale. Peeking out from behind a tree is a small pink Pango. My Pango hops over to her, and when she realizes she's being spotted, she hops out into the view and tilts her head curiously. What?
Boy? Boy, boy!
What? The pink Pango looks over at Leanna and gives her a white grin. Leanna gasps as it hops closer to her.
Boy! How cute!
She reaches out towards the pink Pango, who hops into her arms.
Aw, she likes me!
Leanna squeals excitedly and hugs her close. What? Another Pango peeks out from behind a bush and hops over to Leanna. Her grin grows even wider. She opens her arms and the Pango hops in, much to Leanna's delight.
Another Pongo! Boy!
What?
Boy!
What?
Boy!
What?
What?
What? Even more Pangos pop out from behind the trees and bushes and begin to surround Leanna, who watches them with joy.
So many Pongos!
She reaches out to all of them and they each openly receive her affection.
Boy?
What?
Boy?
What? Holy crap, it's a Pango festival! Okay, this is the thumbnail. The chorus of poise increase as even more emerge, and soon even Leanna is overwhelmed by the sheer number of Pangos. Zack stands as close to the edge of the trees as possible and as far away from the Pangos as possible. Yeah, his weapons. His hands hover protectively over his dischargers as he eyes the Pangos suspiciously. Amelia moves from Pango to Pango, seemingly studying the variations. Kara joins in and plays with the Pangos closest to her. As even more Pangos filter out in the clearing, Leanna's eyes fill with tears.
Too many Pongos!
Oh no. Leanna, are you okay? Her smile is still as white as ever, as she kneels on the ground, holding as many Pangos as she can in her arms, but the tears continue to flow. She speaks between sobs.
I can't hug them all!
Well, it's nice having such problems. Kara comes over and puts a comforting arm around her.
It's okay. Just hug as many as you can.
Leanna sniffles and nods. My Pango looks up at me with a wondering gaze. Stay by my Pango. Join in on the fun. Ah, too many Pangos. Listen, I'm gonna stay with mine. That's right. My Pango is my Pango. I look down at him and smile. Don't worry, you are the only Pango I need. He beams and hops in my arms, then nuzzles me affectionately. From among the Pangos emerges a Pango larger than the others. He has a twist of leaves which he wears around his head, and as he passes, all the other Pangos seems to settle down in reverence. He pauses in front of Leanna.
Boy?
Pango King, what? Leanna blinks.
Boy, boy!
Huh? That was a long string of boys. We come in peace, we come in poise. Let Leanna do the talking. What? What is going on? Let's maybe... We come in... I feel like she's not in a state which would make her, you know, kind of able to talk or something like that, I would say. Let's go with this one. I step in front of Leanna and address the Pango. We come in peace, or something like that. I open my hands to seem welcoming. The Pango just looks at me curiously. My Pango steps up to the larger Pango and speaks in a series of boys.
Boy?
The larger Pango seems surprised and nods.
Boy. Boy.
He turns around and hops deeper into the forest. My Pango first faces us.
Boy.
He tilts his head to indicate the forest, then follows the larger Pango. Should we follow them? Zack shrugs, but Leanna nods.
Yeah, I think we should. At the very least, we can't leave him.
What if he's leading us to danger?
It would seem that the other Pangos respect the larger Pango. He may be the equivalent of a king or other authority figure. If he wished us harm, we would already know.
Besides, the most harm a Pango can do is cuddle us.
Zack might have other opinion regarding his dischargers. We better get a move on before we lose them. We follow the Pangos further in the forest. Some of the other Pangos tag along, popping in and out of the trees. I've never seen so many Pangos in one place before. What are they all doing here? Eventually we stop in front of a crumbling stone structure.
Boy. Boy?
The Pango leader nods.
Boy.
I have no idea what's going on. Quiet, literally.
Boy. Boy.
Great conversation.
It would seem the Pangos have escorted us to the temple we seek.
Ooh! How'd they know? Can they understand us?
More than likely, our Pango friend inquired as to the reason for the migration of so many Pangos in one area. He must have been curious about their source of energy, which just happens to be the Earth Temple.
Let's go! I narrow my eyes at a medium. This seems very coincidental. Do you speak Pango?
No, but that rationale should be common sense.
Zack snorts, then tries to cover it up. I look back at the temple. It clearly hasn't been touched in a long time and half of it is falling apart. Is it safe to go in there? Kara seems excited.
Only one way to find out.
She marches towards the temple.
But what about the Pangos? Won't they be upset?
Okay. Especially considering we intend to absorb the energy.
The temples were built over areas of naturally high concentrations of energy, so the temples continuously amass energy at an accelerated rate.
Okay.
Therefore, the amount which we will absorb will be replenished fast enough to not adversely affect the Pangos ecosystem.
Okay. Why don't people live near these pockets of continuous energy?
The only energy we are able to manipulate is extracted from crystals.
Heh.
This form of energy, which resides in the air, cannot be manipulated or absorbed by humans.
Except for... She pauses.
Humans of Terra, that is.
Excellent.
In contrast, Pangos are able to absorb all forms of energy, including airborne.
I see. Either way, it sounds like the Pangos will be okay. Leanna nods and we follow Kara. The Pangos make no move to stop us, but continue to watch us curiously.
Come on!
We approach the temple's entrance. The temple structure, at least what remains of it, reminds me of the one from the Fire Temple. It's built with an open front and I can see where the altars may have stood in the past, not just weathered stone. The columns are still holding up, but I watch them precariously, untrusting of their stability. Vibrant green mist camouflages the grey stones. I have to admit, the view is quite impressive. Kara takes the lead and steps carefully on the stones, obviously testing for traps. Verstfast hang back and let her explore without distraction. Leanna holds onto the Pango, who seems eager to explore with Kara. After circling through the temple, she turns to us perplexed.
Based on the design of the Fire Temple, I figured the Earth Temple would have more traps.
Oh.
Or even just one trap, but I found 0.
What?
Then we should definitely stay on our guard.
Are you doubting my abilities?
No! I just meant...
Kara giggles.
I know. I'm just teasing.
Ah, she's great. Zack grumbles and crosses his arms. Amelia steps up to the temple and starts to have a careful look around. Verstfast slowly filtering too. The Pango hulks out of Leanna's arms and bounces excitedly into the temple. Amy fidgets with her manipulator, much to the curiosity of Leanna.
What are you checking?
I am searching for any anomalies in these magical readings. The barrier from the last temple resonated a unique signature. If such a thing were to exist here as well, it is highly likely to lead us to the Earth Elemental.
Kara shakes her head in wonder.
I still can't believe the elementals are real.
I wouldn't jump so fast to that conclusion.
Oh yeah, I've seen one.
Seriously? Did you forget about our journey to the Fire Temple?
I didn't. But I don't remember me or the rest of you seeing the fire elemental.
Oi!
Except him.
The Pangos saw it too! That gives me a painted look.
He wouldn't have a reason to lie about it.
Exposure to large quantities of magical energy can potentially cause hallucinations. There have been documented cases of such events transpiring.
Oi! It was not a hallucination. I've never had one! She's how absurd energy. I'm not from here. Anything's possible. Meh. 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 What did I say? Someone's calling, and I bet it's another. Oh, do you want solar panels? No, fuck off. I don't yet have a proper house to install solar panels. First one. She was a hallucination. She was definitely real. Doesn't her transferring energy to count as proof?
Your absorption of magic and the existence of elementals is not a casual relation.
Are you sure about that? I fucking knew it was one of those numbers. Oh my god, you called me before. I googled this stupid number before. Oh my god, I need to block it properly this time. I'm surprised I didn't before. Anyway, I thought you'd be the one most likely to believe me.
I do give credence to your anecdote in which you believe to have seen the fire elemental. However, more evidence is required to turn that anecdote into a fact.
But, you know, Fox and so on. I wouldn't know about this stuff if I haven't seen her. And the Guardian as well. Come on! She continues to attentively monitor her manipulator.
There appears to be a strange pattern regarding energy distribution.
Where? I'll go there. A sudden rumble from above breaks our attention. The rocks shift precariously, then crack and come crashing down above me. Oh boy. Well, it's been nice knowing you.
Look out!
Leanna tackles us both out of the way just as the rock smashes down, leaving a heavy split in the stones on the ground. I land hard and my body wraps in H's.
Are you okay?
No. Leanna props herself up on top of me and peers down with a worried look. Where's my CG?
Sorry. I channeled my wind energy into reaching you in time, and I didn't even think about softening the landing.
I stared at her. I mean, you just saved my life and you're apologizing over something like that. Leanna looks a little surprised, but then she lets out a smile. Are you okay?
Yeah, thankfully the brunt of my fall was broken by...
Her voice trails off and her cheeks redden when she realizes she's straddling me. She quickly picks herself up. Oh, actually it might just be like that! I wince as I carefully push myself to my feet. Leanna's attention is on the mountain of rocks, sectioning us from the rest of the team.
Hey, can you guys hear us?
No, we can't! Kara's voice is muted from the other side of the rock wall. We're fine! What happened?
The structure collapsed from the instability of the ruins. I would advise caution moving forward.
Ah, naruhodo. Wait, Pangos' voice is very small. Pango!
Don't worry, he's safe here with us.
Are you sure?
Speaking of moving, how are we gonna get these stones moved?
Stand to the side. I'll move them with my magic.
Leanna motions me to move back and I comply. Her gauntlet flickers to life as she channels her wind energy. At first, the rocks refuse to budge, but Leanna keeps trying. Sweat beds on her face as she concentrates. You know, wind magic? I would say it might not be good enough about earth magic. I feel like earth magic would be stronger. But whatever. But even after a few more attempts, she's unable to move any of the rocks to break the wall.
I can't seem to move any of the stones.
The frustration is evident in her voice. It's weird that she can't move any of the stones at all. I hear some shafting on the other end, and I assume it's Emmy using her manipulator to scan.
Interesting. It appears these are no ordinary stones. They are shielded with magic.
Nice! I kinda assumed that. What does that mean?
The magic they are shielded with are dampening any other outside magical efforts.
Dude, Earth magic is crazy.
That's not good.
However, in light of this new information, I am able to adjust the type of reading necessary to override the wall's magic block. By doing so, I am able to plot out the navigation of this temple as the ruins emit energy. Based on our current locale, our paths will converge in a short time if we move further in.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Let's get going then.
Well, let's get going. Leanna and I look at each other and nod. We start heading in the direction Amy provided. We stick close together and keep a cautious eye on our surroundings. Leanna periodically checks her manipulator. Looking for something?
I'm following Amy's energy signature to make sure we're both going in the same direction. So far, we're still on the right path, and should be converging with them soon enough.
That's good. I put my hands behind my head. Hey, I forgot to thank you earlier for saving me. Thank you. Leanna smiles. Which of course makes sense, I think.
You did the same for me.
What do you mean? Huh?
Raven Pass, remember? When we fought the treasurer.
Oh yeah. I guess so. Oh, that... I guess so, but I only pushed you out of the way back then. In hindsight, I probably should have also dived out of the way too, instead of, you know, eating the blast food first.
Moving out of the way would have been a better idea, but it was heroic nonetheless.
Leanna smirks.
Besides, you find yourself in trouble so often that saving you has kind of become second nature.
What do you mean? I'm not in trouble often. Huh? Wow, rude. Leanna giggles. What do you mean? I've not been in trouble a lot. She seems to be in better spirits as we continue traveling. We turn a corner and find ourselves in a slightly open area. I notice a bit of movement from the corner of my eyes, but when I look over, all I see are the same mossy vines which were covering the entrance of the temple too. That's strange.
The energy reading here is higher than usual.
What's up? Leanna goes to draw her sword.
It's not dormant like everywhere else. I'm scanning active energy here.
Birak and Rak, vines shoot up from the stones of the ruins and converge straight towards Leanna. She gulps and attempts to swing at the incoming vines, but there are too many of them. As they entangle her limbs, she loses the grip on her sword and it clatters to the ground. Oh
What is this?
Oh boy. For some reason the vines only target Leanna and have kept a berth around me. Maybe the trap was only sensitive to energy manipulation. Thankfully I wasn't casting. Leanna struggles to break free in vain as the vines lift her off the ground.
Help me down!
I pull out my sword, but the vines twist and tangle around each other, which makes Leanna a moving target too. The last thing I want to do is accidentally cut her as I'm trying to cut the vines. It might be best that I wait, right? No! Fuck that! Waiting, dude! Fuck! No! No, help her free, I don't care. We are getting rid of the vines. Fuck the vines. I dash forward and with skillful precision slice down the vines. As my sword cuts through the vines, they riff and shrink away from Leanna until she's able to wriggle free. Unfortunately, more vines emerge and head straight for me. I cut them as they approach, but there are too many of them and I struggle to keep up. Just as vines are about to encircle me, I spot a familiar glow of a blade. Carve trace of light through the vines. Leanna is a blur as she methodically slices the vines with an accuracy and speed I strive to mimic. Before long, all of the vines lay in motionless pieces of the ground, on the ground. You know, if you used the fire elemental magic, which you should have, you wouldn't have a problem. Well then,
This never happened. Got it?
what never happened? She glares at me despite her burning cheeks. Yes, Mom.
Let's hurry up and get going then.
Leanna doesn't wait for me as she continues down the path. I jog to catch up to her. Leanna is extra cautious and keeps her blade at ready as we continue down the path. Thankfully, without further incident, we spot the rest of the group waiting for us in a converging path.
You guys made it!
You won't believe what happened! I'm kidding, I've never said that. I want to live. The Pango bounces over to me and leaps into my arms. Hey, buddy! Kara beams and waves us over. She blinks when she gets a better look at us.
Whoa. Did something happen?
Leanna clears her throat as the subtle pink tinges her cheeks.
Nothing at all. Isn't that right?
She shoots me a warning glare. Right, nothing, yeah. Nothing, yeah. Carl. Vines! Carl looks back and forth between us and then grins.
Oh, I get it. I mean, you two were alone after all.
Lena's cheeks flare.
No, it's not what you're thinking.
It is one. Kara winks.
Right. Nothing happened.
Yeah, nothing. Lena mumbles something incoherent as she pushes past Kara.
What is with everyone's overly active imaginations today?
It was his imagination for me. The group looks to me for answers. Yeah, nothing happened. Let's get going.
I concur. It would be advisable not to spend any more time than necessary here.
Alright, let's go.
Don't worry about it. The Pango shrugs as he hops onto my head. With Leanna leading the way, we continue moving forward. We continue down the path of the Earth Temple. Oh shit, F game? Oh boy. Are we ready for this? What kind of game is it now? Oh fuck, okay. Tim. Fire, earth, or whatever. Fuck, there is some purple. That was a lot. What the hell? We finally make it to the core of the temple. The center of the temple is a lot different than the rest of the place. For one, it's not crumbling apart. Birds flitter across the sky and there is lush greenery all around. Sitting in the middle of the garden is a beautiful woman! Yeah, the fire one was better, much better. I would say Leanna and Kara win over this one as well. But she's okay. Her dress is the same green as the plants and there is something about her that feels warm, inviting and alive. Okay, do they see her or not? Am I the only one again? The sounds and voices of my friends fade away as I'm filled with the tranquility and beauty of nature surrounding me. She raises her hand and at her touch I feel a sense of calm and peace. Just like at the fire temple I can feel the revitalizing effect of the energy absorption. The more energy I absorb, the more translucent the elemental becomes, until with a small smile she disappears. Slowly the scenic nature view fades through my senses and I'm pulled back to the crumbling ruins of the temple and the curious face of my friends. Emmy and Leanna hover by me as the Pango looks up at me from the ground. What?
His pupil dilation is returning to normal.
You haven't seen her again! Are you kidding me?
Are you feeling okay? You completely zoned out there.
You mean you've... I nod, I still feel dazed as the remnants of tranquility begin to fade.
Did you see the Earth Elemental?
Yeah? I did. This time though it felt different. When the energy was channeling to me at the fire temple, I felt rush, passion and strength. This time I felt more of a sense of peace and calmness.
I can confirm you did absorb a substantial quantity of energy.
Yeah!
However, your mention of feeling emotions based on absorbing differing elemental energy is quite fascinating.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. I feel like, yeah, it makes sense.
It is something which has never been reported before, given that humans of Terra cannot absorb energy.
The superiority look over here from me.
Once
Anyway.
your senses have fully returned to normal, I would appreciate discussing in greater detail what exactly you experienced during the actual absorption of energy.
Sure, we can talk about later. Where is Zack and Kara? As if on cue, the two of them appear, each holding a box filled with what I would assume is whatever loot could be found. Dude, this is so me.
Don't mind us. We just went on a little all-you-can-grab treasure buffet.
Understandable! This is me in Genshin. Anyway, she grins and opens her pouch to hand something to Emmy.
Here, I found this.
She hands Amelia an ancient tome.
I figured you might be interested in this sort of thing.
Emmy carefully turns the pages of the book with great interest.
This is written in ancient Gaian script, a language of which I have studied, but of which I am not fluent.
Not fluent yet, probably. Oh, not fully voiced? It will take some time to translate using my references, but the content should be most academic. Okay. She smiles at Kara.
Thank you.
Kara pats her on the head.
You're most welcome.
A rumble above interrupts us. We all tense up and go on high alert, but no rock slide occurs this time.
It looks like we got everything we need from here. Let's head out before another cave-in blocks our exit.
I kind of wouldn't mind. Because nothing would happen again. Listen, we would cut down the vines again anyway. I don't give a damn. I hate the vines. And that kind of stuff in games, anime and so on. I would destroy this immediately. We'll agree and, still on high alert, make our way out of the temple as quickly as we can. As quickly as we can. We make it out of the temple and back in the forest. The sunlight shimmers through the trees, making me wince and blink. Ow. 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 Leanna lets out a deep relieved breath.
We made it.
Now that we have successfully made it through the temple, let us not forget our purpose for coming here.
Huh? We look at Amelia with curiosity. She gestures to me.
His energy reading has increased substantially. Perhaps it is now possible for him to open a temporal rift.
Huh? You want to try that now? A grin spreads across Amelia's face.
Indeed.
Ugh. This place is pretty boring. I suppose we can try it here. Kara blinks.
Oh, you're doing that again.
She shoves away and away and away until she's behind a tree.
Keeping watch again?
You know it.
Zack creates a bit of distance too, but not as much as Kara. Leanna and Amelia look at me.
Are you ready?
No. Kara's voice is far away.
Wait!
She races back, scoops up the pango, gives a little squeak of protest, and sprints back to her tree. Finally, she gives a thumbs up.
Okay, good to go.
Alright, let's try it. Just do what you did last time, except now you can focus and channel your energy.
Amelia, who's standing beside her, nods. I close my eyes and try to focus on creating a rift. I bring up my mind the images of what I saw when I first entered Terra. I inhale and exhale slowly as I try to draw in on that peace I felt when I met the earth elemental. I remember the scent of wildflowers, the fluttering of birds, and the creaking of trees. It fills me with a soft, gentle calm that spreads throughout the rest of my body. Really? Fluttering of birds would make you calm? I highly doubt that. An odd, tranquil stillness fills my mind. Okay, it depends. I guess the birds that she had around her, yeah, makes sense. The birds we have here are crows, etc. So, oh, for fuck's sake. And pigeons. Ugh, disgusting. Anyway.
Keep going. Visualize your cast.
My brows furrow. I see a dark shape peeling away at the sky. And suddenly a hot surge of energy flashes down my arm. There's a loud crack followed by a hiss. I open my eyes. A churning wind pours out of my meditator and swirls about the dirt and grass. The trees groan and sway. I try to keep the wind stable, but it's just too strong. The muscles in my arms strain with effort. The wind whips about Leanna's hair and clothes. My cast is more powerful than before, but still unrefined.
You are nervous and panicking. Ease your mind and calm yourself.
Right. Don't panic. Don't panic. My heart lurches. Anxiety calls in my stomach.
You may stop now.
I do as she says. The wind starts and then smooths to a gentle breeze. The last bit of it skims through the grass and then vanishes quick as a butterfly flutter. My arms dangle at my side. They feel as if they are being pulled down by heavy weights. I take in deep breaths, my heart still pounding. I cringe and look up at the two. How did I do? Would be funny if he lost consciousness now. Leanna hesitates.
That was
A failure.
Amelia!
I mean, what? Emmy blinks in surprise.
Is that not what you're going to say? He was unable to create the rift.
Yep. Leanna sighs and crosses her arms.
He did better than his first try. He actually cast something this time.
Oi. I'd rather just fear the failure, you know. Amelia blinks again.
I see. I suppose there was some improvement.
She taps her chin in thought.
I believe your magic training should involve bettering your accuracy and honing your focus. At this point, we are still unsure if the inability to create the rift is from your lack of energy or technique.
Right. I puff out a defeated sigh. It seems that I still have a long way to go.
Hey, where did Zach go?
Huh? I look up. Zach isn't anywhere in sight. That's weird. I glance around. Deep in the forest, I see the rustle of something black. I squint. Maybe it's Zach's trench coat? I zero it on it to see Zach and Kara peeking behind the same tree. Hey! When did you get all the way back there? Zach's voice is faint.
You couldn't control it. No way was I gonna stand there if you went splat. This coat is not easy to clean.
My jaw gives a little tweak. Thanks for the vote of confidence! Kara grins and claps her hands. She shouts for us to hear her.
You put on quite the show. Glad I wasn't there for it, though.
Leanna frowns.
Okay, it's done now. Can you guys come back?
I mean, you can't blame them. I mean, especially Kara, you can't blame her. I mean, she doesn't use magic at all, so yeah. Anyway. She's grateful. Kara skips over. Zack follows with his arms crossed.
So, where to next?
Are we going water or wind? Yeah. We were at fire and earth, so it's wind or water now, right?
According to Eldorissim's notes, Ellendale is the closest city located to where the ancient people worshipped the air elemental.
Or air,
I
not wind,
believe
okay.
We will be able to uncover more information from the library there.
Kara smiles and ruffles Emmy's hair.
Sounds great, Amy.
Amelia flushes, she coughs and then glances away.
Let us be on our way.
We hike out to the forest and find a new path. Emmy leads us north and we begin traveling on foot for the rest of the day. My legs ache, and by the time the sun starts to disappear, I'm ready to collapse. Maybe I'm still feeling the effects from trying to cast earlier, but all of these walkings make me even more exhausted than usual. We keep walking until we find a good campsite. Leanna says the large open space would be a good place for me to practice my wind magic in the morning. Amelia sparks a small campfire for us. Zack cooks up another delicious dinner, and by the time I'm done, I'm barely keep my eyes open. The rest of the group is still up and talking, but as soon as I lay my head down, I tumble into a deep and fast sleep. And the episode. That's right, it's another day. It's been, I would say, a successful day. I mean, Pango Festival, it was raining Pangos basically. A huge village of Pangos, or of sorts, I would guess. Maybe even. We found the Earth Elemental, which is cool. We had the Vine incident, which we prevented immediately. Because, okay, why wouldn't you do that, to be honest? I don't understand why you wouldn't do that. I would do that always. That's it, really. What's going to be happening in the next one? Well, I assume we might be training, as it was said at the very like almost last line, or maybe the third to last line, whatever. And we are going to continue on to that wind elemental, right? Right. So, if you enjoyed, consider liking. That would be much appreciated. You can tell me, would you try to adopt more of the Pangos from the Pango village? Actually, I'm kind of glad that our Pango didn't decide to stay with them and still continues on with us. That's cool. That means we are close already, which is nice. Subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. That would be very much appreciated, because we are still on our route to 2,000 subscribers, which takes a while. There's also Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, to which you go if you want, and that's about it. That's it. Hope you have a wonderful day, and hope to see you in the next video as well. Bye bye.